That was the lamest ending. Stupid. Oh boy. See, I don't know. Do I ever get tired? What do you feel burnt out on? Are you like burnt out from like practicing the same crap over and over and over, or yeah, what sort of thing are you? Because it kind of depends. I certainly have times where I don't play as much, but you know, for me, the thing that get like this kind of stuff that I'm doing, where I'm being creative, is probably the stuff that's like most interesting for me. So for me, if I'm playing around, I feel like I get burnt out if I'm like focused a ton on technique, or you know, like if I were, I don't know, if I'm trying to get good at something, you know, say like something that's a little bit trickier, like sweep picking or whatever. I don't know. I wouldn't just sit there and do it one way, you know. Oh yeah, stress doesn't help either. You know, there's yeah, you got to be in a good spot. The I would definitely focus on like the things that bring you the most joy in it, you know. So you're like, for me, like improvising is a good thing to do. Songwriting is good. You know, just trying to be creative. You know, if you're finding like, I always like finding, you know, different chords. So like playing like just a C chord, but even if, you know, everyone does this or this, but you can play them all over the place. You could do, you know, find cool voicings for, you know, that's actually a C version of a C chord. So there's a whole bunch of different things you could do. If, yeah, I mean, did I answer your question at all? I felt like I rambled, which is normal. But, oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, if you need something, hit me up, you know. I'm always around. Yeah, so I got to figure, what was I figuring out? These layers. Yeah, drills can get old. Actually, one little side note on that. If you're doing the same thing over and over again, you even if you don't feel bored of it, like you're saying you're feeling burnt out, but even before then, your ear starts to tune things out, right? So when you like, there's a fan going in the room right now because it's hot as hell. So when that's going, I forgot that was even, like I could hear it until I just brought that back, or, you know, thought of that. So if you're playing like drills, you want to change things up. So, you know, like if today, for example, you were doing it in a certain key, even just moving it by one fret can make it sound more interesting. You know, it like refreshes your brain with it. So that can be a really good thing to do. Is just, you know, change the drills you're doing, and then change like. You have to realize that everything is going to kind of bleed over onto everything else, right? So if you're practicing, say, something like sweep picking, and you're doing like, you know, and then the next day you're doing like a scale sequence, like, and you're picking through all that stuff, it still helps because when you're doing those sweeps, right, like all this, whatever you're playing, I mean, that all relies on your hand synchronization. So if you're doing that, it's still going to help everything else. So even if it's not like your main goal, there's like little ways you can get around it where you get, you know, closer to what you want. But yeah, if you don't have, I kind of put together a practicing ebook for like after I taught like the 6-week class, and each week I was teaching this thing. It was a different like topic about practicing. So like getting your head in the right spot, the physical aspects of it, all that sort of thing. So if you want that, shoot me an email. I'll, Jen, can you put my email just in the chat real quick, just in case? But yeah, shoot me an email. I'll send it to you later when we wrap this up. But that might be kind of helpful for you. There's some resources in there and stuff like that. So cool. All right. Let's see what I want to do with that.